And we welcome you to the Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Game of the Week on the Valley on ESPN here in snowy Valparaiso, where tonight the Crusaders are getting set to host the Bradley Braves. And good evening, everybody. Alongside David Kaplan, I'm Jordan Burnfield. Thanks so much for joining us here inside the Arc. Cap, Bradley's coming off a tough weekend. They played Loyola, were swept in the 2 games, but Brian Wardle feels like his team's going to be just fine.
Well, he's got a very good basketball team. You use a team like Loyola or Drake, who's undefeated and had a big win at Missouri State last night, as a measuring stick. Valparaiso's coming off a very good weekend. We'll find out if Bradley truly is trending in the right direction.
And if they're going to trend in the right direction tonight against this Valparaiso team, Elijah Childs needs to be a factor.
Elijah Childs can score over bigger people. You can see him. He finishes at the rim. He can step out and knock down threes, but I think he's most dangerous because he really works hard in transition. He runs the court exceptionally well and can finish on the break. Ben Cricky coming off a career high, 25 and 15. What I like best is in the face of a really tough loss to Loyola when we were here a week ago, the second half, this guy really competed and made a lot of big shots.
And here are tonight's starting lineups, a presentation of Prairie Farms, dedicated farmers, happy cows, real milk. And for the Bradley Braves, the lineup that they've gone with for a lot of their games this season, their new backcourt with Terry Nolan and Sean East. Elijah Childs, who of course you know from last year's club, has had a great career with the Braves. And Rink and Tavanainen, also the forwards for Valparaiso. They're starting 5. Sackey, Gordon, Barrett, Clay, and Cricky. A lineup that Matt Loddick has gone with a lot recently. Of course, Connor Barrett, the freshman out of Chicago, out of Loyola Academy, continuing to start as a freshman for this Valparaiso team. So time to get things going here inside the Arc tonight. The Crusaders coming off back-to-back wins over Illinois State, and Bradley trying to snap a skid. And off the opening tip, it will be Bradley's basketball as we now get Cap's keys to the game, a production of the Country Inn and Suites Valparaiso, the preferred hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference in Northwest Indiana.
Jordan, we would always yell to our teams, we got to get out of the gate quick, especially on the road. You always want a fast start, but when you're coming into someone else's building, quick start, which means make the extra pass, get a good look. And then for Valparaiso, never again. We were here. They lost 75-39 a week ago. They go on the road, put it away, and they win 2 straight over Illinois State. It's your building. You got to play well right away and go inside out to get good perimeter looks.
That time, Bradley scores the first bucket of the game with Elijah Childs inside. And now Valparaiso back on offense. Their first real possession of the evening. Here's Ben Cricky, and that jumper is good.
Look, that kid's a really good player. I was talking to you earlier. We watched him last week when they were, unfortunately on the wrong end of a big deficit against Loyola. He never quit playing hard, and he battled and made a lot of shots.
Came out in that second half, scored 10 straight points for the Crusaders. In that 25 and 15 career highs in scoring and rebounding against Illinois State over the weekend. Step back jumper missed by Childs. Gordon down the floor to Cricky with traffic, and it's knocked away.
Matt Loddick not happy. He thought there was a foul there. I just thought it was a really athletic block and a great job by Bradley to recognize from offense to defense and come all the way back down the court.
And so now a whistle here. 17 seconds to shoot. Matt Loddick certainly heated off that last play, and now checking into the game for Bradley is a welcome sign. Jashawn Henry, the junior from Saskatoon, is into the game. He's missed some time, had a concussion that he suffered in practice before the Illinois State games, so had been out a little bit, and certainly Bradley was missing him. He's such an important part of this team, but into the game in the first 90 seconds tonight. And right away, they go down low to Ville Tavanainen, and he scores the bucket to make it 4-2 Bradley.
You know what he did really well there, Jordan? Moved without the basketball. And then they get him the ball on a curl cut, and he gets an easy layup.
Now Cricky out to Aaron Gordon. He's got an open 3 for the wing off target. Rebounded by Rink Mast. Now on the run, Terry Nolan puts it high off the window.
Really good job to finish under control, use the glass, and get themselves the basket. And they've got a good start. We talked about quick start. 6 quick points.
They go right back to Ben Cricky, does Valparaiso, backing down on Mast. Against the double. They work to the corner. Saki with 10 to shoot, tries to reverse layup and can't get it to the rim.
Way too tough a shot. He had an open look and hesitated.
Here's East, the jumper good. Sean East, the second, part of this new look backcourt, and Bradley rolling here early.
You couldn't draw up the start any better for Bradley here on the road.
Donovan Clay now down low against Henry. Kick out, Cricky, space for a three, misses the shot.
Great
Rebounded
rebound.
by Clay. Barrett for three now, off target. Henry tried to save it, and he does so off of Clay, out of bounds. It'll be Bradley ball.
So what Bradley's done here with their doubles, Jordan, we have heavy dig. That's where you're down there to steal it, and you're trapping as hard as you can. Medium, you get down there, you're a nuisance. Light dig is just show, recover. Show, recover. That's what they're doing, but it's forcing Valparaiso into some tougher shots.
Now Tavanainen finds Henry. Looking for a screener now, he'll drive. Into a double team, puts it up. That one won't fall for Henry. The rebound to Cricky.
Valparaiso needs to get into their offense. Get into some flow here.
Donovan Clay had that one deflected by Henry. Back to Cricky. This game tonight, a matchup of last year's Missouri Valley Championship game at Arch Madness down in St. Louis. Of course, Bradley got the better of Valparaiso that night en route to their second straight NBC championship. Foul called on Rink Mast, his first. And so when you look at this Bradley team cap, right now they're 9-7 overall, 3-4 in Valley play. We talked about it a little bit in the open. Brian Wardle really feels like once his team gets healthier, seeing Henry back on the court, they get Ari Boya back. As long as they can get healthy and be ready for Arch Madness, he feels like his team will be in a great position again.
And I don't disagree with him. He's got veteran players. He's got guys you can tell that understand the game. They understand the rigors of this Valley Conference. Valparaiso, it's different. It's a younger team. It's a team in transition a bit. I'm a huge Matt Loddick guy. Huge. I watched that guy be all-state in 3 different sports and then come here as an assistant after a great pro career and college at Stanford. They're just programs at different times in their development right now.
Here's East underneath against Clay.
Good job defensively.
Tavanainen works on the freshman Barrett, lays it up around the rim and out. Saki runs with it for Valparaiso. Down the court and gets fouled as he gets right to the hoop. Foul against Sean East, and it brings us to a timeout on the floor. Bradley doubling up on the home team Crusaders early on in this one from the arc.
I used to be bad with money, but I'm not anymore.
I got my money right with SoFi. Thanks, SoFi, for helping us get our money right.
Wow, I wish I could get a deal on a smartphone, but I'm not a new customer.
Well, actually now new and existing customers can get our best smartphone deal. It's historic.
That is historic, which means I'm making history, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd exactly...
Wow, me, Dave Brown, existing customer who got the greatest deal in history.
Just like every other customer gets.
Oh, that's cool too.
It's not complicated. AT&T is making history. Everyone gets our best smartphone deals.
The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. 8-4, Bradley the lead over Valparaiso. 15:33 remains here in half number one. As you take a look at the Bradley bench, where Brian Wardle is in his 6th season as the head coach of the Bradley Braves. When you look at the all-time series between these two schools, it has never been the case that Bradley has won in this building. the home team always wins
Always.
in this series. So Bradley trying to buck the trend tonight to end their skid. And in fact, for Brian Wardle, who has been incredibly successful at Bradley and was very successful at Green Bay when he was coaching against Valparaiso in the Horizon League, still, he has never won in this building.
So the first time he coached against Valparaiso, he wins. He's now lost 9 consecutive. So I know he wants to get off the schneid tonight.
He certainly does, as Daniel Sacchi will go to the free throw line for the Crusaders. Sacchi, a very good free throw shooter at 85% on the season. And knocks down the first. Brian Wardle and Matt Loddick, the two coaches in this game, have known each other since high school, playing in the same AAU team, the Illinois Warriors. Wardle a few years older than Loddick, but these guys go back a long way. They have a ton of respect for one another. It's cool to see them coaching against each other here tonight.
They have 2 really good players. I mean, 2 guys that could really shoot it. Brian a little more physical on the post. You talk about shooting it, though. Matt Loddick could shoot it big time. Played for the great Rick Malnati in high school.
9 seconds to shoot now for the Braves. Here's Henry on the wing for 3 off target.
123 or 4 and 15 in college for Matt Loddick.
Say
What a
that's pretty
record.
good.
Decent.
Down low, here's Aaron Gordon. Can't get it to fall. Thought there was a foul, but no call. East on the run for Bradley. Floats it in off the glass. Sean East the second now with 4 points for Bradley, which once again doubling up Valpo here early. Here's Cricky. Backing down on Mast. And a foul is called against the Braves. That'll go against Terry Nolan.
Yeah, he reached in as he tried to give some help. Caught too much arm. It's like a hockey line change coming in.
That's right. Well, Bradley is a team that typically is very deep. They certainly are again this season, but they've suffered a couple of injuries that have tested that depth. Sheldon Edwards now into the game for Valparaiso. Blake McMillan in as well. They try to go to him in the post, but that one too long, and a turnover to Darius Hanna.
You have to look and go, if I complete this pass, what can he do with it if he is able to catch it? The answer would be nothing, so don't make the pass.
Kingsby, beautiful pass underneath for Nolan. Daniel Kingsby in off the bench, the senior from Milwaukee.
Really good movement out of Bradley offensively. That's what Valparaiso has to be better at. Moving.
Edwards comes out to the top of the key, hoists a 3 and 2 strong. Kingsby skies for the rebound and will bring it across. Takes the screen from Childs. Misses the 3 and the rebound McMillan. Donovan Clay looking for somewhere to go with the ball. McMillan will hoist a 3 and another rebound for Kingsby. Bradley is one of the best teams in the country at elongating defensive possessions. Under Brian Wardle, you know his calling card. This is a team that's going to defend and rebound with the best of them. And now Childs the bucket.
Yeah, 13th in the country in field goal percentage defense at 38.3, and that's after a rough outing against Loyola, who can really score.
So a timeout taken by Matt Loddick as the lead is extended to 9 for the Braves. A 6-0 run over the last 156. And Valparaiso has missed its last 8 shooting attempts. So, Cap, what does Valparaiso need to do to try to get out of this bit of an offensive funk they've started?
Stop settling for three-point shots with plenty of time left on the shot clock. Too much settling for top-of-the-key jumper, wing jumper. Movement, energy, attack the basket. The best way, Jordan, I always tell you this, to get a good perimeter look is going inside first, kick it back out. It's not there. Refeed the post. Kick it back out. The game's different today. I was listening to a radio show yesterday on Sirius. Billy Packer calls in on his son's show. He's like, I don't like the way they play. They don't throw it in the post enough and play. I'm like, Billy, the game's changed, man. Better be able to shoot it.
Here's Saki, throws to the corner. Gordon for three. That one too long. Saki in there to grab it. He's one of the fastest guys in the valley.
Yeah, he's quick, and he plays with great energy.
Saki coming off a real strong weekend against Illinois State. And a shot clock violation against Valparaiso as McMillan never gets it to the hoop. Daniel Saki, 16 points and 8 assists against Illinois State last time out. The 16 points on Sunday, the second highest output he's had as a Crusader. So if they can get him going more offensively, it opens things up for the Crusaders. Here's Henry spinning around Clay, almost lost it, gets it back, and Clay with the rejection. But then Hannah lays it in.
That was a clean block. I mean, a really good block. They didn't come up with the loose ball.
Such a deflating moment, right? You get the great block, but then a second later, a basket. And that's an 11-point lead for Bradley. And now Hannah going to be called for a foul as he comes in on McMillan.
Yeah, he's a little late coming across the lane. You have to see it before you do it.
And so Jashawn Henry back in the lineup for Bradley. A welcome sight. Got blocked, but then Hannah there for the cleanup.
Did you hear that? State Farm thing. Da-da-da-da-da. I think we're in a commercial. Jake from State Farm, I knew it.
Don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
Dad, look!
Ooh, see? Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
I didn't even record.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Looking for more energy? Better focus and productivity? Time for Zeal by Zervita. Check it out. 55 whole food nutrients. Check. Natural, clean ingredients. Check. Clinically tested and proven safe and effective. Check.
I like Zeal because it keeps me locked in, it keeps me focused, and gives me a boost of energy. And I just like the tasting of it.
Take control of your health and happiness. Feel the Zeal today, only with Zervita.
At Drury Hotels, we know life on the road can be hard, but we're here to make the journey easier. With over 150 locations, our friendly team members and generous free amenities like Wi-Fi, hot breakfast, 5:30 kickback featuring hot food and cold beverages help brighten your day and make your time away from home easier, allowing you to travel happy.
Our Missouri Valley Conference standings are a presentation of Zervita. Take a look right now. Drake and Loyola are separating themselves in the Valley standings, but Bradley's hanging around. They're right there. If they can go on a little bit of a run, they can get back into this thing. Valparaiso just picked up its first 2 Valley wins cap with the sweep of Illinois State.
Yeah, I followed the Drake-Missouri State game
Those are great games.
They're awesome. And Drake, look, 15-0, that's nothing to sneeze at. I personally, if you said to me, play the handicapper, who's going to win, Drake or Loyola? I would take Loyola in a dogfight. That is not a criticism of Drake, let me be clear. I just think Porter Moser's team, wow, are they good.
They are really good. They are really deep. We saw them last week right here in this building at the Arc. But I got to tell you, the way that Drake played last night and the night before, coming back late, big-time buckets for that Drake team. They look really good. Those 2 teams right now at the top of the Valley standings in a year where the top of this league is really good. Donovan Clay gets to the bucket and puts it in.
Yeah, Donovan's a kid we highlighted a week ago, Jordan. That's a tough shot. Valparaiso has got to get some easier baskets. We're seeing Bradley get opportunities, backdoor cuts. Valpo's had to work exceedingly hard to score.
There's Henry now finding East on the wing. 10 to shoot for the Braves. East will hoist from deep, misses, but Mass there for the rebound. Here's Kingsby, gets around Cricky for the bucket.
Tough shot. Tough shot.
Daniel Kingsby on the board for the first time, and now Cricky gets the lay-in.
Yep, good seal, good entry pass. Defender got caught on the backside, and an easy layup. That's what they need. Some easy baskets.
Here's Kingsby underneath. East again for three, and this time it falls. So Sean East now with 7 in the early going. And Bradley extends its lead to 12. Ben Cricky tries to feed the post for Clay. Facing help. Now they go out Barrett for 3. And that will not go. Valparaiso came into this game cap just 27.5% from 3. And so far it's been a struggle as Henry will go to the line. Valparaiso now 0 for 7 from three-point land tonight, just 3 of 14 from the field.
But 0 of 7, and I would tell you, I'd have to go back through the tape, putting my coach's hat on, but probably 5 of the 7 have been either early in the possession or somewhat contested. You're not going to make them all, but you got to get better looks.
So Jashawn Henry knocks down the first free throw. The junior out of Saskatoon. Averaging 11 points a game, so not having him in the lineup last week was really a big-time loss for this Braves team. 3rd on the team in scoring. And splits the pair at the line. Edwards to Cricky in the post.
Going up.
Against Childs, spins, fades, and puts it in off the glass.
See, that is a really, really good, patient player on the block.
And now Childs will go to work on Cricky. Tries to answer back with a fade of his own. It's short, but a foul is called.
I don't agree with that call. I'd love to look at it again. I don't like that call. I thought that was really solid defense. Let's take a look again. Let's see. That I don't see a foul there. I don't.
Tough call on Ben Cricky, his first.
Matt Loddick didn't either.
He did not.
I'm sure Brian Wardle, who's right to our left, went, yeah, that's a foul.
Of course. And so Childs knocks down the first. Elijah Childs, 5 early points. Preseason first-team All-Valley selection, 6th in the league in scoring so far this year. He's also 2nd in rebounding and 5th in blocks. Has had just a great career for the Bradley Braves. Splits at the line, and Tavanainen rips down the rebound. Tavanainen into the paint. Leaves it off Hanna. Got it bounce off his foot, out of bounds,
Yeah.
and turnover to Valparaiso.
Yeah, I think Clay got a hand in, knocked the ball off his foot, and rolled out of bounds. Really well done.
So Bradley with the 12-point lead here early on. And so far, Valparaiso 3-3 at the arc. Bradley Braves 1-4 on the road. The 11th all-time meeting in this series between the two schools. The Braves trying to win for the first time ever in this building.
Tavanainen on a hold.
That's right. Ville with his first. Zion Morgan into the game now for Valparaiso. He was out with undisclosed reasons. Played in his first game of the season on Sunday, getting 7 minutes for the Crusaders. So good to see Zion back on the court. Cricky the miss, and now a foul at the end of the play.
Yeah, they're going to get a push.
Yep.
On the rebound. Take a look again. Watch the push. Get off of me. Official right on top of it.
And Antonio Thomas Sophomore out of Memphis picks up the foul.
The official looks like he works out with Ed Hockley.
He does.
The old NFL ref.
He does. You know, you seen Ed Hockley's son, too? He's
Yeah.
also jacked.
Jacked. Son, if you want to referee and look like me, you better get in the weight room.
They must have a weight room in the house.
Yes.
Here's Childs, the miss, and the rebound, Gordon. Morgan cuts to the paint, kicks to Clay. 3 from the wing, no good. Barrett the rebound, swatted away by Hannah.
Great block, Hannah. Barrett needs to use head and shoulder fake. It's the greatest weapon in the world that nobody wants to use.
And he gets a beautiful feed for the flush. Nice play on both ends for the freshman from Milwaukee, Darius Hannah. Clay goes in on Hannah, draws the foul. That's before the shot. Bucket will not count. It'll be a 1-and-1 when we come back. It's all Bradley here at the arc. Darius Hannah throwing it down. And the Braves up 14.
SoFi literally changed my life. When I refinanced with SoFi, that allowed me to pay off aggressively and save without breaking my back or breaking the bank.
Hi, I'm a new customer and I want your best new smartphone deal.
Well, I'm an existing customer and I'd like your best new smartphone deal.
Who do you?
Actually, it's for both new and existing customers.
I feel silly, but I do want the fastest 5G network.
Oh, I want the fastest 5G network.
Are we actually doing this again?
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives everyone the same great deal, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free when you trade in.
Tonight, State Farm NBC Scholar Athlete of the game is Valparaiso's Brittany Anderson, a senior volleyball setter from East Chicago, Indiana. Anderson earned 2019 Honorable Mention NBC Scholar Athlete honoree. Anderson has a 3.69 cumulative grade point average in sports management. If you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Well, we told you how good a defensive team this Bradley Braves team is, and when you look at field goal percentage defense, the numbers are very impressive for this Bradley Braves team. In fact, Cap, so far this season, they are averaging 18.8 seconds per possession on defense. That is the third longest in college basketball this season via Ken Pomeroy, which shows you that they force teams to shoot late in the clock. And we know, shoot late in the clock, you're probably not getting your best shot.
Correct. We talked last week when we were here. Some people look and go, boy, they're the best defensive team because they only allow X number of points. But if you play a very patient offensive style, that could skew defensive numbers. We always felt, breaking down tape, how do you do in field goal percentage defense? How do you guard me against you? And Bradley, 13th in the country. Bradley knows how to get down and get after people defensively. That's a hallmark of what Brian Wardle has always done. He's a really wonderful defensive coach.
He sure is. And offensively, too, they are playing faster this year, 16.1 seconds per possession, which is fastest in the Valley this season.
That's a really good steal, and that was a foolish pass.
So Sackey takes it away. Now runs the floor in on Henry, but can't finish underneath. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Crusaders.
That'll be one you put the tape on, you're like, guys, we don't throw across the court that type of pass. Really good job by Sackey.
You don't want to skip past between multiple defenders?
No, very, very good.
I've learned a few things over the years. Here's Cricky spinning around a defender, misses the shot, gets his own rebound, and the putback, a foul is called.
Cricky never quits battling. Just plays hard. See, now we were doing baseball. You threw a no-hitter in high school. See, I bet you didn't think I knew that.
That's impressive that you knew that. You must read the Deerfield Review.
Yeah, my friend Jeff Burnfield has a billboard that he bought that says that.
That he's hanging outside the house.
My son threw a no-hitter.
Yeah.
My son gets his athletic ability from his mother.
Yeah, that was the highlight of my athletic career. Ben Cricky
Better
now.
highlight than I had. I never threw a no-hitter.
Well, you played college sports, which is better than I could say. Ben Cricky with 7 points. Here's Deshaun Henry, and that's taken away. Edwards with the steal. Gets to the paint, puts it up over Henry. No, cleans
Good
it up
follow.
himself.
Really good follow.
And Brian Wardle wants to take a timeout.
Yeah, because all of a sudden you're thinking, wow, 25-11, they go on a 5-0 run. You feel like they've got momentum. Good timeout. Good job, Matt Lotta, to get his guys rocking back into this thing. Now they got to get a stop.
So we'll see if this maybe builds some momentum for this Valparaiso team. Good to see Sheldon Edwards come through on both ends of the court there. And the freshman from West Palm Beach, one of these newcomers for Valparaiso. You look at them from a macro level, Cap. Valpo last year getting to the MVC championship against this Bradley team in the rematch tonight. But this Valparaiso team looks quite a bit different than last year's team. We don't have Javon Freeman Liberty or Ryan Fazekas or John Kaiser anymore.
Correct. And you look at this team and you think, okay, I got to get my guys in the weight room. Well, when you're shut down because of a pandemic, when you're not playing, I just hope fans out there understand, if you're not playing and you're shut down for COVID protocol reasons, you're not in the gym, you're not working out, you're basically quarantined.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. It's not excuses, it's facts.
Got to find a show on Netflix.
That's it. Your Honor, that's a good show.
I haven't seen that one. I
Very
have to add
good.
that to the list. Here's East underneath. With 5 to shoot, and he double dribbled.
There you go. Matt Loddick he's fired up, man. He is fired up. He feels like, all right, guys, we're working our way back. We just forced the stop. We talked about that during the timeout. Now it's a big possession.
Let's see what the Crusaders come up with here.
I like when the ball's in that guy's hands. Saki.
Here's Clay on the wing. 10 to shoot for the Crusaders. Ricky takes it now against Childs. Feeds underneath for Clay! Oh, goodness, Donovan Clay!
Matt Loddick is fired up like he just knocked down a 3.
The rim rocker. And now Childs. Reverse layup, no. And Henry will keep it for the Braves. There's East. Tries to get around Clay. Puts it up over him and high off the window.
That is a tough shot.
That's just good offense, right? What do you do if you're Donovan Clay?
Just tip your cap.
Donovan Clay has a great body, long arms, a lot of length. Multiple Valley coaches have talked about the potential this kid has. Used it all there.
Got Deshaun Henry on a hold inside. Tell you what, Valparaiso's done a better job the last 3 or 4 minutes. When they get to the block, it's making a wide base. It's trying to get a seal, and Henry couldn't get around, and so he wrapped him up with his arm. There's the foul.
So now Donovan Clay at the line. He knocks down the first. So a good first half for Donovan, coming off a good weekend against Illinois State. Had 20 points and 12 rebounds in the Saturday contest. Preseason second team All-Valley selection.
See, he struggled last week when we were here because he was going up against Cameron Krutwig, who you need basically cab fare to get around. He's a stud in there.
Yeah.
Different matchup tonight.
Right now, Cameron Krutwig, one of 3 or 4 guys that could be the Larry Bird Player of the Year in this conference. Thinking about Roman Penn at Drake, be in that conversation.
No doubt.
Cameron Krutwig, Isaiah Mosley at Missouri State, who's second in the country in scoring.
Okay, this is a missed call. I believe this rolled right out of Child's hands.
Yeah. Let's take a look. Saki got fingers on it.
I couldn't tell if that official's right there.
A nice job by Daniel Saki, and it turns out to be a violation anyway. It'll be Valpo ball.
Let's take a look again. There's the hit. I thought it hit his leg.
Yeah, that's what he
Absolutely
thought.
it hit his leg.
Yeah.
He knew that it hit his left knee. I think the officials just missed that view.
So, Cap, as the great philosopher Rasheed Wallace would say, ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
Got the ball back anyway. Here's Clay. Kick out Saki. Takes a three. Rebound to Giants. Daniel Saki just 2 of 24 this season from three. Now Nolan answers with a triple of his own.
Sometimes, Jordan, you just tip your cap and go, that guy gets a scholarship too. That's a heck of a shot.
Terry Nolan Jr., transfer from George Washington. Saki underneath. The kick out Clay. Takes a three. Another one won't fall, and Valparaiso continues to struggle 0 for 11 from deep.
I had Terry Nolan. I have always done the Atlantic 10 game of the week.
Oh, look at that one from Terry Nolan. And it brings us to a timeout on the floor. A whistle against Nolan. We'll sort it out when we come back.
What? 18 Final Four trips. 9 National Players of the Year. Legendary coaches and players. An iconic postseason tournament. The Valley runs deep.
The State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Championship is back in the Gateway City this March. It begins here as 10 Valley teams battle it out to advance to the big dance. The 2021 edition of Arch Madness tips off March 4th through 7th at Enterprise Center in downtown St. Louis. Presented by Fox Sports Midwest. Visit archmadness.com or download the Arch Madness app. Since 1907, the Valley runs deep.
For the presentation of State Farm, when you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Coming up on our halftime show, we'll have the stats, we'll have the highlights. Brandon Vickery has a player profile. It is all coming up at halftime. Valparaiso a little more pep in their step over the last few minutes. Despite the fact that they have struggled to shoot, they're still coming back a little bit, down by 12 at this point. But you take a look at Ben Crickey last time out against Illinois State, had 25 points and 15 rebounds. That kind of game does not happen often for the Valparaiso Crusaders. In fact, what you see are the last times that a player has had 25 and 15 over the last 30 years. That's the list. Ben Crickey, Alec Peters 3 times, Opland, Ensminger, and Schmidt.
Pretty crazy.
Shows you how good a game Ben Crickey had against Illinois State. And for Crickey, Cap, we talked about it a little bit last week. This is a kid who was the 6th man for Valparaiso last year. This year, he's the number 1 option. So it is a big adjustment that he's having to make as Connor Barrett knocks down the free throw. It was a Class A technical called on Terry Nolan Jr.
For what they like to call chirping.
Gotcha.
And it's the second time that he did it. He did it on a 3-pointer. The official just came over. So that's the second time. So that is a Class A technical foul. Unsportsmanlike.
Well, it is an opportunity then for Valparaiso to cut into this deficit. Barrett makes both free throws. And now if Valparaiso can score, he can get 4 or 5 points out of the possession.
Correct.
So here is Clay now for the Crusaders. Sackey with 12 to shoot. Gordon trying to go down low, but seeing traffic. 5 to shoot now. McMillan into the paint.
Traveled.
And he traveled. Yep. You're right on it.
Shuffled his feet. That was a possession where they had patience, but there was nothing attacking, nothing taking it into the seam.
Bradley did a great job on that possession cap of denying the entry pass.
They did. They shut down dribble lanes, so that means you've got to take the ball into the gap, boom, kick it. And that's the only way you're going to get a really decent look.
Now an offensive foul against Hanna. Away from the ball. He was trying to get positioning on the block.
So take a look. You see how he moved? You cannot come out of the framework of your shoulders. Much like an offensive lineman. I could get in close, use my hands. If they come outside the framework of my shoulders or my hip moves, you're going to get caught. And he did.
You might know a thing or two about offensive line play.
I had a son who was a guard in college.
Yes, you did.
He didn't get his size from me.
Garrett, if you're watching, hello.
Garrett's going to be a father in a week.
Congrats to him.
Crazy. And you got one right after that.
That's right. There's a foul on Tavanainen.
Yep, looking forward to being a granddad. Best thing about being a granddad, you have all the fun you want. The kids go home after you feed them a bunch of sugar.
That's right. Rather, the foul was on Cricky. And so his second. And now Henry across for the Braves. Under 2.5 minutes to go in the opening half. Tavanainen off the side of the backboard there. Good defense, though, from Barrett. And now Sackey knifes to the lane. And working around Barrett, the freshman, for three, and connects.
Now, let me ask you a question. What have we been screaming about? Move the ball and then get yourself an open look. Great job on that possession. His feet were set. He got an open look.
Now it's a 7-point game and a steal. And Sackey trying to get it across the floor, and a foul will be called against Jason Kent.
There's the foul right there. Trying to slow down the break. I get it. No doubt about the foul. But the last possession, that's a microcosm of what you've got to do.
So you got to give Matt Loddick's team a lot of credit. They were down 14. It was looking like it might go haywire, but now it's a 7-point game, and now Sackey has a chance to cut into it even more. Sackey calmly knocks down the first free throw. Now 3 for Barrett. The first 3 hit by Valpo tonight. They're just 1 out of 12 from beyond the arc. And Sackey splits the pair at the line. Here's Childs against a double team. Tavanainen somehow able to catch that pass and stay in bounds.
Going to get a hold inside, I think, on Aaron Gordon.
Yep. Oh, they're going to give the foul to Sackey.
So they gave it to Sackey. Got a lot of guys grabbing in there trying to hang on.
Now 90 seconds remain in the opening half.
Offense.
Yep.
No doubt.
Childs trying to get position and picks up his first. Six-point game, 6-0 run for the Crusaders. They can continue it here.
You know, they were 14 down. It's a 6-point game, and they've got the basketball. This is a very crucial last 121. You want to go into the locker room if you're Valparaiso feeling really good about yourself.
Yeah, now an offensive foul against Donovan Clay.
Well, they got both guys. So both teams now pick up basically the same foul. Brian Wardle just shot a look at Matt Loddick like,
Well, Bradley had no turnovers in the first almost 11 minutes of this one. But they have turned the ball over 7 times in the second 10 minutes of this half, allowing Valpo to get back in it.
You know who's actually watching this game? Probably the greatest sportscaster in Chicago sports history. He's a huge Missouri Valley basketball fan. Mark Giangreco.
Well, hello, Mark Giangreco.
I mean,
good to have you along.
The guy doesn't age, and he's by far the most successful sportscaster in Chicago sports history, and he loves Missouri Valley basketball.
Well, that's great. Well, thanks for watching, and it is true. How do you not age, and what do I have to do?
I don't know, but this is a guy who on his vacations goes to Peoria, Bloomington, Terre Haute to see Missouri Valley basketball. He's just a huge fan.
First free throw off target, Jacob Agnosovic into the game. He misses the first. East picked up the foul. So 53.4 seconds left. The freshman from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, splits the pair. 5-point game. Childs against the double. Skip pass. Tavanainen, long jumper off target. Here's Edwards, down low. And Agnosovic puts it in.
I mean, that was a really, really slick pass.
3-point game now, and the shot clock is off. 10-0 run for the Crusaders over the last 3:06. 9 seconds left in the half. Here is East. They kick out Childs for 3. No! Tipped. And a whistle with 0.6 left. It's out of bounds. And it'll be Valpo basketball. They can go for the heave. Where's Bryce Drew when you need him?
Exactly. And that play was called Pacer. Pacer.
Baseball pass down the floor. Tipped out of bounds. And that will end the half. A 3-point lead for the Bradley Braves at halftime after they once led by 14 in this one. But the Crusaders score in the last 10 to close the half. We'll be back for our halftime show. The Bradley Braves on top by 3.
My body is truly powerful. I have the power to lower my A1C because my body can still make its own insulin.
And Trulicity activates my body to release it,
lowering my blood sugar from the first dose. Once weekly Trulicity responds when my body needs it 24/7. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include indigestion, fatigue, belly pain, decreased appetite, nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. I have it within me to lower my A1C. Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by Zervita. Welcome to our halftime report, a presentation of State Farm. With surprisingly great rates, State Farm is the real deal. You can get personalized service from your local agent or use the State Farm mobile app when you're on the go. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. It's time for tonight's profile, made possible by Arch Madness 2021. NBC correspondent Brandon Vickery takes a look at Crusaders sophomore guard Donovan Clegg.
During his high school days, Valpo sophomore Donovan Clay experienced considerable growth in the literal sense of the word. Clay entered his freshman year of high school at 5'11", but by his senior year, he had shot up to his current height of 6'7". Since arriving on Valpo's campus, Clay's growth has come in the word's figurative sense. The experience he gained as a freshman has positioned him as one of the team's marquee players this season.
Donovan's gone from a guy that might have been third or fourth on the scouting report to probably 1 or 2 right now. And
with that, there's, some added responsibility. What we need from him for us to be as good as we can be, consistency, being an everyday guy, and I think he's done that adjustment really well.
As sweet mates and fellow sophomores, Clay and Valpo's Ben Cricky have developed a tight-knit bond, evolving their relationship from competitive on-court rivals to dear friends.
This year, we're kind of still maintaining that competitiveness, but bringing each other along for the ride, kind of inviting each other to work out and, working out together. Because at the end of the day, we are teammates and we both need to have the same goal in mind.
When Clay takes a break from real-life basketball, he can be found playing the sport in the virtual realm. An avid NBA 2K player, Clay is the self-proclaimed best gamer on the team.
I play 2K a lot. 2K is my go-to game, 2K21, PS5. I'm just trying to get my name out there in that too. I love basketball, so 2K and basketball, that's all I really do.
Clay's love for basketball started at a young age with help from his father, Dexter, who played collegiately at Ren Lake Junior College.
I used to run in the house all the time to go look at YouTube videos. Then I go right back outside and do the same thing. Just work on my ball handling, left hand layups. I used to love it. It used to be so much fun. I think my dad was a big part of that. Just me and him all our life. So I feel like that was a big thing for me. I love my dad.
For the Missouri Valley Conference, I'm Brandon Vickery.
Tonight's profile is made possible by 2021 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament. The Valley's 45th Men's Championship will be at Enterprise Center in St. Louis on March 4th through the 7th. For more information, visit archmadness.com.
I have the power to lower my blood sugar and A1C.
Because I can still make my own insulin. And Trulicity activates my body to release it, like it's supposed to. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It's not insulin, and I only need to take it once a week. Plus, it lowers the risk of cardiovascular events.
Trulicity isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it, you or your family have medullary thyroid cancer, or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, vomiting, belly pain, and decreased appetite, which lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems.
I have it within me to lower my A1C.
Ask your doctor about Trulicity.
And welcome back to the Arc. Let's take a look at our first half highlights made possible by Live by Lowe's St. Louis.
Well, Deshaun Henry's a really solid player, and that's just an outstanding defensive play, but sometimes the ball bounces one team's way over the other. I really like the way Cricky plays. Cricky has competed. Cricky has tried to finish, and then you see Bradley getting out on the break. They had a 25-11 lead, and you're looking at it going, wow, they've got a chance here to put a big, big run together. And then timeout Matt Loddick, and here comes Valparaiso.
That's right. You want to find a experience with laid-back luxury in the heart of downtown St. Louis, adjacent to Ballpark Village. Visit livebylowshotels.com/livebylowes St. Louis, Missouri to book your hotel room today, just like Cap did. Let's take a look at our first half stats. A production of Zervita. And in the first half, you see, Cap, that Valparaiso really struggled from the field. They shot only 27% to Bradley's almost 52%. But here they are, down by just 3, and they shot 8% for 3. They were 1 out of 12.
Right, 8.3%. If I said to Matt, hey, Matt, you're going to shoot 27.6, 8.3, you're going to get out-rebounded. They're going to outscore you in the paint. They're going to have bench points. They have the advantage. But 8 turnovers to 4, hit a couple shots. You get a little confidence. You get a technical foul on Bradley, gives you 2 free points because you knock them down. And all of a sudden, they're right in the ballgame.
They sure are. They went on a 10-0 run to end the first half. And before we get to the second half, have you seen this about Terry Nolan? Not only did he have a very good first half for the Bradley Braves, 9 points, 4 of 4 shooting, he also has his own clothing brand, Impetuous.
Yeah.
How about that?
First of all, he's a really, really wonderful player. He's a great kid. I think that's really cool that he started his own clothing line. As I was saying to you earlier in the game, I called the Atlantic 10, and he was playing at George Washington. He is a very athletic, hard-driven kid. But to see him already building a business, I think that's awesome.
It's great, and he is one of the vocal leaders of this team. Brian Wardle has loved the way that he has come in and ingratiated himself with his new teammates, and right now his team up by 3. Second half coming up. Bradley up 3 at the half. All right. It's like we...
There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful
When you're ready for your tomorrow to begin, start planning at DisneyWorld.com. I used to be bad with money, but I'm not anymore.
I got my money right with SoFi. Thanks, SoFi, for helping us get our money right.
The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by Mercy. Your life is our life's work. Back here at the Athletics Recreation Center here in Valparaiso, Indiana, alongside David Kaplan, I'm Jordan Burnfield. Let's take a look at Bradley's upcoming schedule. They're going to have Indiana State Sunday and Monday. Indiana State is a sneaky good team. They've got some real good guard play. They knocked off Loyola a couple of weeks ago, so we'll see how Bradley fares in those games. But, a few straight on the road in this odd season. And then for Valparaiso, they will take on Evansville this weekend with Sunday and Monday games in Evansville.
So, Greg Lansing, I'm a huge fan of.
Me too.
I think
Great
he
guy.
is an outstanding coach, a better guy, and Indiana State, he's always had to battle to get players, and he's always gotten it done. So, yeah, I'm a huge Greg Lansing guy.
They always have good guards. And Indiana State, another solid season for them. And here we've got two teams locked in a battle. Didn't look like it would be early, but here we are. A 3-point game as we begin half number 2. And it'll be Valparaiso basketball to start it out. There's Donovan Clay finding Cricky against Mast. Clay had a very good first half, had 10 points. Cricky knocks down the jumper from the elbow.
Well, that's how he got started against Loyola. Got a quick basket, got himself going. What did he have, 10 points in the second half?
He did. I think 8 in a row.
I think it was 8 in a row.
And now Kingsby knifes into the lane, gets around Gordon, can't finish underneath. And Gordon tips the rebound to Saki. 1-point game now. Valparaiso can take the lead. 3 from the corner is good for Barrett. And Valparaiso has the lead here early in the second half.
Different-looking club, man. Different-looking club. Making the extra pass, a little more pep in the step.
Well, Bradley led 25-11 at the 8:03 mark of the first half. Valparaiso on a 23-7 run since. A miss from Childs. Out of bounds, it will stay with the Braves.
Thought they might call a foul over the top there.
Yep.
There's the miss, and that's a really good no call. Really good job by that official on the baseline. Very good.
There is Nolan working on the freshman Barrett. Into the paint and stops. Now hands off Kingsby. A fadeaway jumper, no good. Tipped. Out of bounds. Stay with the Braves. Jashawn Henry back in. Rink Mast will go to the bench, the redshirt freshman. We were talking about early in the game too, Cap, how with this Bradley team, they've had a couple of injuries, but they just want to be ready to go once they get towards tournament time. One of the guys that's really benefited from that his rink mask because Ari Boya's been out. He would have gotten a lot of playing time. Gordon for 3 off target. But Mast has gotten to play a ton with Boya out. And so Brian Wardle said, the hope is that that's really going to add to our depth down the stretch.
See, we can address that in a second. There, when you're attacking like that, rather than trying to make a circus shot, take it to the rim and take the contact.
Now Cricky, no. Tip back from Clay misses. Bradley trying to retie the game. Here's East. Misses the 3. Sackey, nice feed to Cricky, but can't finish. Matt Loddick threw his hands in the air there. Thought he had an easy bucket. And now Childs over Cricky. No. Bradley offensively has gone cold.
Yeah, they're struggling to score right now. It's an opportunity for Valpo. For Bradley, they've got to weather the storm. They're going to make shots. They're a good team.
Childs now just 2 of 8 from the field.
I think they got Henry on a hold inside.
Yep, they did. And for Jashawn Henry, that is his second personal. But certainly Bradley fans excited to have Henry back in the lineup. Such an important part of this Bradley team. And now Nolan goes to the bench. Cricky off the inbound. Goes in over Henry to put it off the glass.
Tough shot.
11 now for Ben Cricky, and it's a 4-point Valpo lead. Childs draws the foul.
Good aggressive move. That's what Bradley needed. They needed one of their better players to take the basketball aggressively to the basket, now make free throws.
That's 3 fouls, Cap, on Ben Cricky. 16:42 left. So how does Matt Loddick manage the minutes for Cricky, who you really have to have on the floor?
I probably, in fact, I would pull him right now. I would sit him, and let's see how the game goes. If it starts to get away from me, then I got to go back to him. But I would not leave him in right now.
And he's going to take him out. So Malik McMillan will come in.
I was at a game, this is many, many years ago, the late Ray Meyer. Mark Aguirre picks up his second foul with a minute and a half left in the first half. Mark Aguirre, he's the National Player of the Year.
He's pretty good.
And he lobbies to stay in the game and picks up his 3rd foul. And doesn't come out of the game and ends up, he didn't foul out until there was 30 seconds left. It's what you trust in your veteran player.
How about Sackey there? Coast to coast in 2 seconds for the bucket. 5-point lead for Valparaiso.
See how much better Valparaiso's playing defensively, moving their feet.
And now East the miss. And then Henry went over the back of Barrett.
Bradley's scuffling right now.
That's 3 fouls on Jashawn Henry.
And you're seeing just a really good, Matt Loddick's guys just have a bounce in their step.
They sure do. Bradley had all the momentum early in this game. 25-11 lead. 25-7 since for Valparaiso. They've got a 5-point lead, their largest of the night.
If you're following this game just on the ESPN app, you're out, grabbing something, 25-11, you're like, oh boy. Or if you're a Bradley fan, you're fired up. And then all of a sudden you check your phone again and you're like, whoa, wait, what happened?
What just happened? Childs stops and pops and hits from the free throw line.
Yep. That's the guy they got to get the ball in his hands.
8 points now for Elijah Childs. Here's McMillan for 3. The Crusaders able to keep it. They go right back down low to Malik. Kicks to the corner. Clay, yes! Donovan Clay from deep, and Valpo extends the lead.
They needed to get going offensively. They made 1 3 in the first half, 8%. Knocked down, what, at least 2, if not 3 already here.
That's right, as East gets into the lane. And now Sean East the second with 11 points.
Brian Wardle exhorting it, get back, because Valpo has picked up their intensity and they've pushed the tempo to get into the front court more quickly. Good call by Brian.
Here's Barrett. Hits another 3! Connor Barrett, the freshman, heating up from deep in the second half.
And Henry's going to come back in. He's got 3 fouls, but he's a smart player, and Brian wants him on the court. They're 7 down.
11 points now for Barrett, 3 of 6 from distance.
Offensive foul, 35, no doubt about it.
Darius Hanna picks up his 3rd personal, and it brings us to a timeout. Brian Wardle's team looking for answers, now trailing by 7.
Jake from State Farm. If you here, this must be a State Farm commercial.
Sure is.
It also means it's about to go down.
Oh, don't worry, Chris. Things are going to go surprisingly great.
I've been doing this for too many years. It means something about to go down. Oh, no. Here it comes. Jake, protect yourself.
Have a nice day. I told you. Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
Who are you talking to?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When you choose Bradley University, you don't have to choose between the activities and resources of a larger university and the personal attention and exceptional learning experiences of a smaller college. With more than 185 undergraduate and graduate programs, small classes taught by engaging faculty, and a beautiful 85-acre campus located in the heart of Peoria, Illinois, our size gives you the best of both worlds. Bradley University. Mid-sized, big difference.
When you're in Valparaiso, Indiana, for the big game or on business, stay at the preferred hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference, the Country Inn and Suites by Radisson. The Country Inn and Suites features relaxing guest rooms, an indoor pool, workout facilities, and free high-speed wireless. Located adjacent to the Valpo campus, the Country Inn and Suites is the first place to stay when your favorite Valley school is in town. The preferred hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference, the Country Inn and Suites by Radisson Valparaiso.
What is passion? At Valpo, it's something that pours out of us uncontrollably. It's a late-night shot of caffeine, cramming for finals, a jam session with friends. It sees deep into space, turns big stuff into small potatoes, floats boats, and floods the senses. Passion is alive. It has a heartbeat, and it lives in you. How do we know? Because at Valpo, passion is who we are.
The 2021 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Championship returns to Enterprise Center March 4th through the 7th in downtown St. Louis. Local seating and capacity restrictions will apply for this year's event. For more information, be sure to download the Arch Madness app or visit archmadness.com for details. Take a look at how young this Valparaiso team is, as Connor Barrett has had a huge second half. 4/5 of Valparaiso's top scoring active players are freshmen or sophomores. 67% of Valparaiso's scoring is coming from underclassmen. So you can see that Matt Loddick is building the pieces towards what could be a really good team for this Crusaders.
And we talked in the first half that you have a team in Bradley that's got veteran players.
Oh, McMillan hit the back of the rim.
Veteran players. You got Valparaiso. Not only have they had lengthy shutdown with COVID, that's N1, with COVID, but they're also very, very young. It's a tough combination in a league as quality as the Missouri Valley. That is a great, great finish. Take the hit, get the ball on the window, and get the three-point play.
Danier Kingsby trying to complete the three-point play as McMillan picks up the foul. And Kingsby, a much-needed three-point play for the Braves, who bring it back within 4. That was really much needed for Bradley. The momentum has been all Valparaiso of late.
Oh, and Bradley's missed a lot of shots. That was just a good finish, and now you get a really big steal and a chance to get this to a one-point game if you hit a long one.
Kingsby again, and now Nolan for 3. The miss and the rebound, McMillan. There's Sackey. Gordon at the top of the key. Donovan Clay thought about going down low, and now he'll back down Childs.
He's not going to back Childs down. He's just not.
Yeah, nearly turned it over. 3 seconds to shoot. Gordon's got a fire and hits a three.
Those are the ones as the opposing coach, you're Brian Ward. All right, just get it in the front court. It drives you crazy.
What can you even do?
Tip your cap. It's a heck of a shot.
7-point lead for Valparaiso. Here's Kingsby. Got his man to move. The jumper misses from the baseline. Out of bounds, it'll be Bradley's ball. Goodness, Aaron Gordon.
I think we've got a little water on the floor.
Yep. Gordon hitting that three at the end of the shot clock there. Now 1 for 6 from the field. And after Valparaiso was 1 out of 12 in the first half, in the second half, they're 5 out of 6. I think that'll work. Here is Henry. Trying to get around McMillan, draws the foul.
No doubt about the foul. That is how you use your body to create the contact. Little head and shoulder fake. Get the defender to bite. Bam. Just watch. This is, see how he gets him in the air? It's over.
Yep.
That's just a really intelligent player. And that's why when he got his third foul, he sat for about 40 seconds. And Brian saw them make 2 shots, get back in the game. This kid is one of my favorite players to watch in this league just because he knows how to play. He's not the best player in the league. He just knows how to play the game. You like coaching guys like that.
Jashawn Henry led BU in field goal percentage a season ago. He's leading all bench players in the Valley, 11.2 points per game. Now Henry brings it back within 6. McMillan posting unmasked. 6 to shoot for the Crusaders. Clay into the lane, muscles it up, no, gets it back and sticks it into the hoop off the glass.
That's just being in the right place at the right time, but I thought that was a good defensive possession for Bradley. I really did.
East, no. Henry, yes. Jashawn Henry coming in to dunk it through. Nice pace here in the second half.
Really nice pace.
Play the kick out. Gordon, the three. It's good.
That's his second. Starting to heat up. When your brother's Eric Gordon, you better be able to make shots.
And a timeout taken by Bradley. It'll extend to a full timeout, and the Valparaiso Crusaders now have a 9-point lead. They're hitting threes. They're scoring down low. Donovan Clay and company. MVC student athletes are positively impacting the communities where they live by sharing views and fostering a climate for change for future Valley pioneers. To learn about mobilizing voices for change, visit mvc-sports.com/OneValley. 9-point lead for the Valparaiso Crusaders over the Bradley Braves. They've completely flipped the script in the second half. In the first half, Valpo was 1 of 12 from 3. In the second half, they made 5 out of 7, and they're shooting almost 53% overall. in the second half after shooting under 28% in the first. Elijah Childs down low against Clay and puts it in.
Again, that's the guy you got to go to.
Childs now into double figures with 10. He's been in double figures all 17 games for the Braves this season. Here's Cricky. Long two off target. Rebound to Henry. Tavanainen goes to Childs again. Works on Cricky. Left-handed hook, no. And then Henry nearly lost it, but keeps. Draws the foul and scores the bucket.
That's the guy. I told you, him and Childs. It's a reason 3 fouls. He sat out for a second. He came back.
So Deshaun Henry now with 6. Donovan Clay picks up his 3rd foul. Bradley back within 5. Stay with us.
SoFi literally changed my life. When I refinanced with SoFi, that allowed me to pay off aggressively and save without breaking my back or breaking the bank.
Wow. I wish I could get a deal on a smartphone, but I'm not a new customer.
Well, actually now new and existing customers can get our best smartphone deal. It's historic.
That is historic, which means I'm making history, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd exactly...
Wow, me, Dave Brown, existing customer who got the greatest deal in history.
Just like every other customer gets.
Oh, that's cool too.
It's not complicated. AT&T is making history. Everyone gets our best smartphone deals.
Well, join us Sunday, January 31st for more NBC men's basketball action. The Valparaiso Crusaders will travel to Evansville, and they will meet the Evansville Purple Aces at the Ford Center. Coverage begins 3 p.m. Central on the Valley on ESPN. Hope you will join us for that one. Todd Licklider's club take on Matt Loddick and the Crusaders.
Todd had a great run at Butler.
Sure did.
Went to Iowa. Known him a long time.
And Deshaun Henry at the free throw line knocks it down. So he's got 7 tonight. And now it's a 4-point game. Daniel Sackey on the wing for the Crusaders, who have led almost the entire second half. Gordon down low for Clay. Turns around, the fadeaway, no. Rebounded Tavanainen.
Got a good look. Bradley, good job. 1 and done.
And now Henry into the paint. Spins around Clay, misses the shot. Valpo resets its offense. Sackey the fadeaway jumper, and that's way off. East, yes.
He's been very, very impressive tonight.
Sean East with 13 tonight for the Braves.
Suddenly, from 9 to 2.
That's right.
A 7-0 Bradley run.
And I'll whistle and a foul. And that'll be on Tavanainen. Second foul on Ville Tavanainen, who's got just 2 points tonight. And Al Barrett, the freshman who has had a real big impact on Valparaiso with the inbounds pass, and it comes out to Edwards. Here's Barrett on the wing. A 3-try off target this time. Out of bounds, it'll stay with the Crusaders. Connor Barrett, the freshman out of Loyola Academy in Chicago. Big time game tonight. Averaging 6.5 points a game, but he's got 11. And he's hit 3 threes.
The athletes that come out of Loyola. Connor Dwyer, the Olympic gold medal swimmer. Olin Kreutz's son just signed at Illinois to play football out of there. I mean, you talk about some athletes that come out of Loyola.
Absolutely. 10 to shoot now here for Valpo. 5 to shoot. Clay for 3. Off target, and then it hit East out of bounds. And a gift back to Valpo.
Get it back with 20 seconds on the shot clock. There's really no possession there for Bradley. It's just a bad break.
Well, Valpo got real hot from 3. And now they've missed a couple in a row. Barrett trying to change it. Misses that 3, but another offensive rebound.
Valparaiso needs more movement again. They're standing around a little bit.
But
big 3 there.
Edwards hits the 3. Sheldon Edwards now with 5. His first 3 of the night. You get a lot of chances at it. You finally knock it down. Valpo back up 5. Nolan around the screen, into the paint, over Cricky. No, rebound to Clay.
Childs had a really good screen that set that up. They just didn't make the shot.
Now Zion Morgan, who's back in. Edwards. And now Valpo will reset. Morgan into the paint. Floats it up, no. Clay on the second chance, no. They get it back. Feeds Cricky for the bucket.
Boy, go on a 7-0 run, and you give a 5-0 run right back.
It does seem, though, that Bradley has successfully slowed the pace again.
They have, and they're doing a really good job, again, getting the ball in the hands of the guys that have to have the ball in their hands. I would think you will see Henry back rather quickly. They've got to get some stops. For Valparaiso, movement, energy.
There's a steal.
Too much standing around again.
Childs just took it right away from Clay. And now backs him down. The lefty hook, too short. Five-point lead for the Crusaders. Morgan draws the foul. That brings us to a timeout. Here at the Arc, Kingsby picks up the foul. And the Crusaders of Valparaiso hanging on here at home.
Introducing a hotel carefully crafted to leave a vivid imprint in downtown St. Louis. Designed with an effortless sense of style. Experience the luxury of Hotel St. Louis. Hotel St. Louis, exactly like nothing else.
Looking for more energy? Better focus and productivity? Time for Zeal by Zervita. Check it out. 55 whole food nutrients. Check. Natural, clean ingredients. Check. Clinically tested and proven safe and effective. Check.
I like Zeal because it keeps me locked in, it keeps me focused, and gives me a boost of energy. And I just like the tasting of it.
Take control of your health and happiness. Feel the Zeal today, only with Zervita.
Since 1907, we've been One Valley, breaking down recruitment barriers, hiring coaches to lead our programs, and developing the country's next set of leaders. MVC student athletes are positively impacting the communities where they live by sharing views and fostering a climate for change for future Valley pioneers. To learn more about mobilizing voices for change, visit nvc-sports.com/OneValley.
Well, before planning your trip to St. Louis or to follow the 2021 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Championship, Be sure to download the Arch Madness app or visit archmadness.com. Both resources have all the information you need to know about the tournament schedule, hotel accommodations, and other fun events during the tournament. Log on to archmadness.com or download the app on your phone today. I'll tell you, I have that Arch Madness app, and it really is helpful. When you want to follow this tournament, you get notifications. You can go on. You can check out all the different games, the scores. It really is a great app, so make sure you download it.
Well, would you expect anything less from Doug Elgin, Jack Watkins, and Mike Kern?
No, of course. I mean, those guys are as good as it gets.
Jack Watkins, I'm not kidding you. I've been doing this for a long time, Jordan. I'm a little older than you.
Just a little.
Jack Watkins might be the single most organized human being I've ever worked with.
He is incredible.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
He is the associate commissioner. Like if I'm Doug Elgin, I'm like, I can work forever. I got Jack Watkins. He does everything.
Right. Those guys are fantastic. Fun working for him, for sure. 7-point lead for the Crusaders. Here's Kingsby. East works it around to Nolan. 8 to shoot for Bradley. Nolan into the paint. No. Rebound Henry underneath. It's loose on the deck, and Gordon comes out with it. And it's taken right back by Henry.
Yep, he read it beautifully. Travel.
Yep. Rink Mass traveled with it after all the work Bradley did to get that ball back.
No doubt about it. He caught it and just didn't know what to do with it and shuffled his feet. Bradley is going to get a very good Indiana State team Sunday and Monday. Greg Lansing's club, they're good. I had them at Illinois State. They're good.
And now Valparaiso turns it over. Gordon on the entry pass to Clay, too long. And so Bradley will have the basketball under 6 minutes left. Getting towards crunch time here. Here's Tavanainen. Cross-court pass. Morgan knocks it out of bounds off Tavanainen, and it's a turnover by the Braves.
Yeah, tough pass. You've got to ask yourself, I say this to you all the time, okay, who am I throwing it to? What can he do with it? He's heavily defended. He barely got a finger on it.
So now we'll see if Valparaiso can cash in off the turnover. 10 to shoot for the Crusaders. Edwards into the lane. Tough shot. Falls.
Well, the 7-0 run's been wiped out. It's back to a 9-point game, and we drip under 5 minutes.
East blocked by Cricky. Out of bounds.
Does a really good job not fouling and gets the shot blocked.
Well, Matt Lonick is really big on trying to build the character and the culture of this Valparaiso team. And the way they've been able to come back, down 14 to lead most of this second half. There's still a long way to go, but
and one.
You got to like the way that Valparaiso has played in this second half. Is that bucket much needed from Bradley and a foul, so now a chance at a three-point play.
Sean Henry again. He misses the shot. He never quits on the play. You know, he's a kid when you go out recruiting, you're like, well, he's not the fastest guy. He's not the tallest guy. Pretty strong. He's not a high flyer. And then you watch him play and you're like, sign me up for that guy.
Absolutely. And Donovan Clay, you see at the bottom of your screen now with 4 personal fouls. So that is a big one against the Crusaders, who have a 7-point lead for the moment. Jashawn Henry can make it 6. Henry connects. 10 points for Jashawn Henry tonight.
All in the second half.
Yep. Much needed boost for this Bradley team. Saki will try to settle things down for Valpo. 8 to shoot. Saki into the lane, lost the handle. It's taken by Childs.
Too much dribbling. Move the basketball.
Antonio Thomas, the sophomore. Into the paint against Cricky. Ran out of room against the double team.
Edwards has got to turn his head and see that pass coming back to the top.
Childs over Cricky. No. Saki grabs the long rebound. He's got a career high in rebounds tonight. Saki with 7 boards. Not bad for a kid listed at 5'9", huh?
Not bad.
Saki down low. Cricky has it knocked out of its hands, out of bounds. It'll stay with the Crusaders when we get back. Valparaiso clings to a 6-point lead. Can they hold it and win it? Remember, Bradley is not one in this building. Well, that streak continue.
I used to be bad with money, but I'm not anymore.
I got my money right with SoFi. Thanks, SoFi, for helping us get our money right.
It was never about the gold. It was always about the goals. I didn't reach him just by training my body, but my mind as well. So close your eyes. Visualize all the ways you could break through. Then, imagine everything that could go wrong. A false start, a bad turn, broken goggles. Now picture yourself staying calm and overcoming every obstacle. Open your eyes. Train what's under the armor.
Our players of the game are a presentation of State Farm with surprisingly great rates. State Farm is the real deal. You can get personalized service from your local agent or use the State Farm mobile app when you're on the go. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And tonight, Jashawn Henry, what a welcome sight for Bradley. A double-double for him. And how about the game for Donovan Clay tonight, 15 and 7?
Yeah, he's done a really good job. He had his hands full with Krutwig a week ago, but I thought tonight he's really battled and competed against another good big man in Childs.
He sure has. And now 3:31 left. Valparaiso up 6. And Aaron Gordon has to call timeout because he could not inbound that basketball.
So a ton of time, no panic. You got timeouts. Both guys, both coaches have 2 in their holster. Nobody's in the bonus yet. And you just need to understand 3:31's an eternity. Guys, take care of the basketball. Let's go inside out. Let's get the best available shot. Not the first, the best.
Well, you know, you look at Brian Wardle's team, and certainly coming off that sweep against Loyola, they want to get back into the win column. They've lost 3 straight overall. On the flip side, you've got a Valparaiso team that's won 2 straight, but this would really be a big win, right? Against a Bradley team that's won the last 2 MVC championships, obviously a rematch of last year's MVC title game, and for such a young Valpo team, against a really good Bradley team that's been battle-tested. Here's Clay, miss on the jumper and the long rebound for Saki.
Boy, how did they not come up with that rebound? I don't know. Brian Wardle was furious.
Back down low, it's Cricky against Childs. Saki misses the jumper from the elbow. So now Nolan with 3 minutes left for Bradley, down by 6. Terry Nolan's had a couple of game-winning shots this year, so he could be a guy that you see with the basketball late. And he's got it now against Clay. Kick out Mast, a 3, no. Rebounded Childs, and now a foul called on Valparaiso, and they'll get Ben Cricky. That's number 4 on Cricky with 2:44 to go.
Childs is tough, man.
That's a tough foul, too.
It is. It's just Childs is very athletic. He makes a play.
Childs, 12 points, 5 rebounds tonight. So another possession here for Bradley. Here's East. Nolan with 5 to shoot. Puts up a long 3. And that misses. And they want to look at this now. The officials.
I think it's going to be a hook and hold is what they're going to look at.
Yep.
Hook and hold is you cannot hook a defender's arm and hold him there.
Let's take a look at the end of the play. They're saying that Barrett with the hook and hold? Did you see a hook there?
I did not.
So we'll see. 2:25 left. That would be a big call. They're going to take a look. Our officials tonight, Brooks Wells, Owen Short, KB Burdett Jr.
Let's take a look from this angle. There's the miss. Now you see the two bodies. It's tough. He had his arm, but then he let go and cleared it.
Yeah. Almost looked like momentum.
Close.
Is more to blame than anything. 2:25 left. 6-point lead for Valparaiso.
So that rule, people are like, hook and hold, what is that? I think it's 3 tournaments ago.
Yeah.
Matt Harms, the big man for Purdue. They hooked him inside. He's 7'1", 7'2". They hooked him.
He's 7'4".
Is he 7'4"?
He might be, yeah.
Well, he's growing since I remember. They hooked his arm, yanked him. He fell, broke his arm, and it ended Purdue's thought of winning the national title.
Yeah.
Because he was a real force. You cannot hook an opponent over or under the arm and clamp it to deceive the official into believing it was caused by the opponent.
Yeah.
It's called the hook and hold.
Did you see a clamp, though?
I did not.
Yeah.
I saw the arm in there, pull it out, and it ended.
Usually you see a very obvious.
If they call it at all, it'll be a flagrant 1, not a 2. Flagrant 2, you have to violently hook and hold and can injure somebody.
All right. So now the officials are coming over. Let's get the explanation. Okay, so we just got.
They're going to go to a hook and hold F1, which is what we just talked about. Yeah. That if they did do that, it would be a flagrant 1. He said for clamping the arm. It wasn't a flagrant 2 where it is excessive and you can injure somebody. He got his arm hooked in there. He held it for a minute. So they went to an F1, flagrant 1, hook and hold.
So it'll be on Barrett. This is a huge call in the game because now you're down 6 if you're Valparaiso, but you've got opportunities here to cut into it, and the first one missed by Mast. Rink Mast is a 71% free throw shooter. Misses 2 in a row. So a big missed opportunity for Brian Wardle's team.
Chance to get that thing to a 4-point game and the ball.
So now Bradley will inbound it here with Nolan. Valpo catches the break. Nice inbounds play, and it results in a bucket for Kingsby.
So instead of a 4-point play, it's a 2-point play, but it's a 4-point game. And now Bradley has got to come up with a stop. They've gone zone. Got a 3-2 zone. And they're going to see if Valpo understands how to attack it because they played a lot of man.
Brian Wardle's teams will throw things at you. This is a wrinkle late. 7 seconds to shoot. Here's Saki. Clay with 3 seconds. 2. Barrett for 3. No. And a rebound Mast.
Good defensive set. Good call by Brian Wardle there.
Here's East. The kick out Childs. Has space. Hits the 3. Elijah Childs. Who else to hit the 3 and make it a 1-point game? Under 90 seconds. Here's Saki. He's going to take it from deep. No.
I don't like that shot selection. I just don't.
Daniel Saki came into tonight 2 for 23 from threes, 0 for 2 tonight. Under a minute. 15 to shoot for Bradley. Childs works against Cricky. Puts it up with a left. Gets it to fall. Bradley has the lead.
What a shot by Childs. Just didn't go crazy. Backed him down. Soft shot. Got it to drop.
40 seconds left. And the Braves up 1. Here's Gordon. Misses a 3. Rebounded underneath by Clay. And draws the foul.
I think they're going to get Childs on the foul.
And now the officials talking about it here. Let's see what they get.
It's got to be a shooting foul.
That looks like to me. Looks like they're going to get East for the foul.
It's a 2-shot foul. It should be a 2-shot foul.
Yes. That's what I heard from the official. This is one of those rare opportunities in a COVID season where we are on the court, so we can hear some of these things.
Correct. Normally, we've been forced to be upstairs.
Yes. But it'll be a 2-shot foul. Okay, Cap. So 62-61. Bradley the lead, but Valparaiso can get the lead back with a couple of free throw makes. If you're each of these coaches, what are you telling your teams right now?
Well, if you're Bradley, you have got to box out. You got plenty of time. You got 30.4 seconds. You cannot allow Valparaiso to miss, and then they get the ball because they would get to hold for the final shot of the game. If you're Valparaiso, you don't talk to your players about making the free throws. It's a given. It's understood. You're going to make these free throws. You don't say a word. And then it's, guys, we got to get back down the court. We cannot give up an offensive rebound. You've got to box out. They make a jump shot, they make a jump shot. But you have got to seal people off on the glass.
So here's Stephen Helm. He entered the game late against Illinois State. Made both ends of a 1-and-1 with 38 seconds left on Saturday. Did the same thing with 10 seconds left on Sunday. Now they've got him at the free throw line again. And he hits the first calmly to tie the game. The redshirt sophomore from Valparaiso. A guy that Matt Lonick has praised a few times already this year just in speaking to him. How Stephen Helm has been able to come in, make big free throws. He's done it a couple of times and now can give Valpo the lead. This time he misses. Tied at 62. It ended a 10-0 run for Bradley, and now East gets down the floor and calls timeout. So all knotted up.
Full timeout, 26.5. Shot clock is not a factor. It's a half-second difference. So if I'm Bradley, I'm getting the last shot.
Taking the last shot. Now Terry Nolan has hit 2 game winners this year. So are you giving the ball to Terry Nolan? Take a look underneath. This is when Clay drew the foul on Childs. And then Helm went to the line and hit the free throw. But there was definitely some talking.
I think they called a double technical there, and that would have been an unsportsmanlike conduct on Clay, and that would be his 5th personal foul. That's why they had to bring Helm in to shoot the free throws.
So Donovan Clay's night is over. And so
but again, guys have got to understand, especially in the COVID era, because you can hear everything. Normally, this place is packed.
Right. This is normally a great atmosphere.
You cannot talk and taunt your opponent. You just can't.
So 26.5 seconds. Valparaiso without Clay. Bradley getting set to inbound with the shot clock off. Terry Nolan to inbound. Right in front of us, gets it to East.
Here we go.
Sackey to guard him. "12 seconds. Now 10. Here's Childs. 7 seconds. East, 5 seconds. Nolan for 3. No. Childs at the end of the clock. No. Is a foul going to be called? It will not.
No.
And we're going to overtime. Tied at 62.
There's no way you're getting that call. No way.
Bonus basketball when we come back. All knotted at 62.
We're celebrating 25 seasons of The Bachelor. Now, let's look back at one of the greatest dates in history.
We're going to be doing something that's literally a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
I'm the luckiest girl right now.
When it comes to a great date, you gotta keep it clean. Orbit wants to help you keep it clean and give you a chance to win $10,000 for a dream date or one of hundreds of weekly prizes. Buy a pack of Orbit gum and visit orbitgum.com to learn more. Keep watching The Bachelor on ABC.
Bonus basketball time here at the Athletics Recreation Center in Valparaiso, Indiana. Tied at 62 as we get set to begin this overtime period. Give Bradley a lot of credit. They went on a 10-1 run at the end of the game, the end of regulation, I should say, to force this thing to overtime. And really, when you look at it, Cap, Valparaiso dominated most of the second half. Bradley made a late run, and here they are now with a chance to win. Now, this is the 11th all-time meeting between these two clubs. As we mentioned earlier, Bradley leads the all-time series 6-4, but they have never won in this building. So they're trying to earn their first win at Valparaiso in program history. VU, that'd be Valparaiso 4-0 in this building against Bradley. So here we go. Overtime. Valpo will be without Donovan Clay, who fouled out in the waning moments of regulation. And now Elijah Childs just punches that ball back, but Sackey will grab it, and Valpo first with the ball in 0-2. The first overtime game of the year for both these teams. Here is Cricky. And now Edwards takes a three from the top of the key and misses. The rebound to Max. East sprints into the lane, misses the shot off the glass, and the rebound pinballs out to Aaron Gordon.
They got to get the ball in Cricky's hands more.
Now Edwards on the elbow finds Cricky. Gordon tries to come around him, and a foul will be called against Bradley on that screen by Childs.
Let's look at the last play of regulation. This is how the game ended. There's the shot by Terry Nolan, and then there's the ball tipped around. There's absolutely no foul there.
Yeah.
You are not going to get a call.
They wanted a call, but they did not get a call.
Of course. When I was coaching, I always wanted a call.
Yes.
I told you the story. We lost 93-58. I blamed the officials.
Of course, it was the officials.
Of course it was their fault.
Right.
The great Tom Clark, who worked the Final Four.
They cost you
35. I chased him off the court. I got reprimanded, and he laughed at me. He said, you know, if you lost 93-92, I might have missed a couple. 93-58, don't you even dare.
Yeah. He's probably like, what are you doing here, Mr.
You're right,
Kaplan?
Tom. I get it. We were not good. We were awful.
Under 4 minutes left in 0-2. Here is East at the free throw line. Throws it away from Mast. A miscommunication. Turnover to Valpo. There's Saki trying to go down low for Cricky, and Valparaiso now turns it over. So consecutive turnovers by the two teams. And now Thomas will come out. Tavanainen comes back in for the Braves. Here's Childs, who had a big second half, 17 points tonight and 9 rebounds. They try to go down low to Mast. Knocked out of bounds by Cricky. 12 seconds to shoot. For Bradley.
Got a good ball game here, man.
Yeah, this has been fun. It's always fun when you get Valley teams. Great league to call.
Big time.
4 seconds to shoot. Childs underneath, reverse layup, no. And Aaron Gordon's got it with 3 minutes left in OT.
Back to man. They used the zone very effectively at the end of regulation.
Look at Saki finding Cricky. Gorgeous feed. Cricky with 15. And Valparaiso scores first in OT. And now Brian Wardle wants to talk. Daniel Saki just knifed into the lane and makes a beautiful pass to Cricky.
Yep, and he got the defenders to turn their heads. Never want to lose sight of your man. You see him, woohoo! He's acting like the Nature Boy Ric Flair. He is excited, Saki. Great pass.
And so now Cricky and Valparaiso with a 2-point lead. First basket here in OT. Just about halfway through the overtime session. Now with 2:36 left in this OT. What do you think Brian Wardle wanted to talk about with his club?
I think he wants to talk about offensively, much more than defensively. They've done a good job here. 10-1, as you well chronicled, to end regulation, to get back in the game and to force overtime. But offensively, a lot of standing around. They're not running their Bradley system inside, out, side to side, to the short corner, and get good looks. I think it's more get the ball in that guy's hands and let him go to work.
On the flip side, you look at this Valparaiso team, and they led for much of the second half. Bradley went on a 10-1 run at the end of regulation to force the overtime session. And then you look at, now they've got a 2-point lead. They're doing this, though, with Ben Cricky with 4 fouls. Donovan Clay has fouled out of the game. And so the clock can't wind down to the end soon enough for Valpo to try to win this thing.
Correct.
When your leading scorer in Cricky's got 4, and your second leading scorer in Clay is done for the night. But you look at some of the other heroes for Bradley, or for Valparaiso, I should say, tonight. Daniel Saki, a career-high 8 rebounds tonight with 4 points and 4 assists. Connor Barrett has 11 points with 3 threes tonight. Perhaps one of those guys gets an opportunity to do something here late. And Aaron Gordon has given Valpo some good minutes as well. 6 points and 8 rebounds.
The friends and family game, I like to call this, because there's no fans behind us, just some staff. And over there, it's just family.
Yes.
Siblings, family members, all that's allowed. Can't wait till we get our lives back and we have packed houses again.
And this place gets real loud.
Real loud.
Here's Nolan on the drive to the cup, and he ties the game.
What a great take by Nolan. Terry Nolan. They put the ball in his hands at the end of regulation. They didn't make it, but right there, that's just a good, solid take to the basket and get a hoop.
Knotted at 64. Ten to shoot now for Valpo.
Against that zone.
There's Gordon. A 3 from the top of the key is off target, and the rebound to Kingsby.
I don't think that was the shot Matt Loddick wanted. I think he wants Barrett along the baseline, pop into one of the corners.
Bradley with a chance to take the lead here in OT for the first time. Nolan will curl it out with 10 to shoot. 1:35 left overall. Nolan on the run again to the basket.
Foul out on the floor.
Yep, basket will not count. A foul on the floor. And so Nolan will go to the free throw line.
That's
the
just
foul
a
on Edwards.
Sweet take.
Yeah. Terry Nolan showing that aggressiveness here late. Misses the free throw.
Over the top.
And a foul on
Tavanainen. Tavanainen just over the top.
So Ville Tavanainen, a big foul and a big miss on the free throw.
That's his fourth, by the way.
Yep. So Tavanainen goes back to the bench. And now Aaron Gordon at the line. Gordon tonight 0 for 1 from the stripe. He is under 63% on the season as a free throw shooter, but connects.
Well, he shoots a line drive.
He does. Singles hitter at the free throw line.
There you go. Boom. You know what? When it goes in,
that's
all
all that
that
matters.
like a home run.
Yes.
You could put it on the board. Yes.
If the Hawkaroo is watching, hello.
Hawk lives right near here.
Yeah, I know. Gordon, second free throw good. 66-64, under 90 seconds left. Valpo the 2-point lead. Nolan, another aggressive drive and hits again.
Just a really good high ball screen by Childs, and Nolan knows how to finish.
All knotted at 66, and Matt Loddick wants to talk. With 1:11 to go in this overtime.
Bradley down to one timeout. Valparaiso has 2. Here comes Childs. What a nice high ball screen. He takes it right at Cricky, who does not want to commit the foul, and he finishes.
Matt Loddick talking things over with his club as they're all knotted up at 66 with 1:11 to go. We've seen Terry Nolan. There he is, number 4 in red. And in the second half of games this year, that's when he starts to come alive from a scoring perspective, from a field goal shooting perspective, gets to the line a lot. And I mentioned it earlier, Cap. He's got 2 game-winning shots this year. With 0.8 of a second left against Toledo, with 18 seconds left against Miami, Ohio. Nolan was the guy that hit the shots to help Bradley win those games.
Look at his free throws in the second half.
Yeah, tremendous.
30 of 31.
Yeah, unbelievable.
That is a guy who says, pressure, I eat pressure for lunch.
Yes. He has been a real nice addition to this Bradley team.
This is the end of regulation. Nolan there, just short. And then there's Childs, and Bradley bench is yelling for a foul. You see Brian Wardle asking for a foul. Not going to get that call.
The one danger, though, if you're Matt Loddick is you don't want Terry Nolan to beat you, but then again, if you double him, then it might leave Childs open up.
Well, that's what I think they would run again, a screen roll, where you got Childs with the screen. If they take Nolan away, you could roll Childs to the basket, flip it up to him, and see if you can get yourself an easy one.
1 minute left, 14 to shoot for Valparaiso. Knotted at 66 in overtime. Here is Saki. 5 to shoot now. 3 to shoot. Into the paint. Draws the foul. Right as the shot clock was wearing down, Mask picks up the foul.
Those are ones where, it's easy for us because we're sitting over here and we haven't played 40-plus minutes. Saki hasn't made shots. Where you back off of him and go, okay, I'll give you the jump shot. I'm not going to foul you on the way to the basket.
Saki puts Valpo back into the lead by 1. He's a very good free throw shooter.
But he's 1 of 8 from the floor.
That time it rims out. Wow. 45 seconds. 1 point lead for Valpo. Here's Childs. And on Cricky. Puts it up. Gets it to fall with 31 and a half. 1 point lead now for Bradley. And Matlotic wants another timeout. Elijah Childs now 19 points in this one. 9 rebounds. And has put Bradley into the lead.
So, shot clock is not going to be a factor. Here comes Childs. He takes it down to the baseline, and just that soft touch that he has. I mean, he's been just a phenomenal player tonight.
He has, and really his whole Bradley career. I mean, you think about what he's been able to accomplish in his career at Bradley. Now over 800 career rebounds. Double figures in all 17 games this year. Obviously a big part of the 2 Missouri Valley Conference championships that Bradley has won. Just keeps getting better and better every single year. And one thing that Brian Wardle was telling me about before the game cap was that he's a guy that is someone who exemplifies the culture of Bradley. What do I mean? Elijah Childs is the one taking freshmen without talking to the coaching staff into the gym to help them get better, to help them develop.
That's what a leader does.
Yes, in ways that guys, when Childs was a freshman in the program, had players who mentored him. He's doing the same thing. And he said what he loves about Childs is that each year he's added something to his game. He's continued to get better, added layers, and you just see the career numbers exemplify the kind of player he's been, the kind of impact he's had on the program.
By the way, they just put 1 second back on the clock, Jordan, so still not a big factor on the shot clock. You want to make your move with about 7 seconds left.
1 point lead for Bradley. Here's Cricky in on Childs. Fadeaway jump shot. It goes! Cricky puts Valpo back into the lead. 10 seconds left. Here's Nolan. No. Loose. Cricky's got it with 3 seconds. And a foul on Bradley.
Here's the shot by Cricky. Tough shot. Gets it to go. Look, Terry Nolan's a winning player. I have no problem with him taking the shot. However, coming back down, I think Brian would have loved to have seen his guys just settle down. Let's get a really, really good look here. See if we can run screen roll with Terry Nolan and Elijah Childs.
So now a timeout taken is Ben Cricky will have some time to think about the free throws with 3 seconds left in a 1 point lead. And Ben Cricky coming off a career game against Illinois State where he had career bests in points and rebounds, 25 and 15. Apropos that he's the guy that puts the shot in and has Valparaiso up by a point.
Now, if he makes both free throws, it's still plenty of time to get a good shot off.
Yeah.
And Brian's going to tell his guys, we got 3 seconds. That's an eternity. Get the ball in, get it down the court, and don't just pull up from half court. Push it down the court, get yourself a shot opportunity, see if you can hit a 3. Now, if you're Matt Loddick, do you foul? You're not a great rebounding team. You hate to have them make a shot, miss the second one,
right?
Intentionally get it and throw it back up and in.
I have a feeling they would foul, but we'll see.
Interesting. If I was still on the sideline, we would not foul.
You would not foul.
Would not.
That is one of those things that if you ask 10 coaches, you'll get 5 different.
No
answers.
question.
And
now a 2-point shot is all you need to win the game unless he makes this free throw.
so Ben Cricky, a big miss on the first. Hits the second.
2-point game, 3 seconds. You've got time.
Let's see what Bradley comes up with. They need a 3 to win it. Mast, long throw down the floor. Here's Childs at the buzzer. He hits. .7 on the clock, tied at 70, and we've got another overtime.
No, ball landed
Hold
out of
on.
bounds.
Yes, it did. Right before the end of the clock. There's an official on the far side saying that before the end of the clock, that Valparaiso stepped out. Childs, unbelievable.
I think the ball on the inbound landed.
Oh, yes. So that would potentially leave .7 on the clock here.
Correct. Let's see exactly where it was. Was it his foot after he touched it? Was it the ball that hit the sideline? Got to look at the replay.
This game has been nuts.
Sensational. What a shot by Childs.
So Elijah Childs tonight now with 21. And it is a season high. Bradley trying to win an overtime game for the first time since they beat Illinois State February 26th of last year. Valpo's last overtime win was when they upset Loyola in the MVC quarterfinals a year ago at Arch Madness. How about that? You said it, Cap. They had 3 seconds. They didn't have to get a three because of the cricky miss. They got the ball to Childs. It was a tough shot, but he got a decent look.
He did. I thought they were going to throw the ball in to Terry Nolan, who was at the hash here in front of the Valpo bench. Let him come down, make a move with 3 seconds, and take a shot. They took the home run pass and got it to Childs. That's a heck of a pass and a really good job on the catch, and the shot's just sensational.
They're unbelievable with .7. Looked like that might be the last shot of the game, but .7 remained, and then was Sackey on the line as it was inbounded, which would then give Bradley .7 to try to do something.
That's enough time to catch, turn, and shoot. 100% is enough time. 0.5 and less has to be a tip-in.
And so the officials at the table, they're talking to the respective coaches.
They're going to put it in the W in Drew for Homer Drew.
Yep. Let's see how this play.
Here's the inbound, and it's his foot that stepped out.
Yep. So now Bradley with .4. With .4, will have a chance to try to win it. Mast. Nolan. Blocked. Let's play 2. Double overtime coming up.
Here we go. I've had one that went 5.
70 all. Another overtime. More bonus basketball. Why would you go anywhere now?
I used to be bad with money, but I'm not anymore.
I got my money right with SoFi. Thanks, SoFi, for helping us get our money right.
Wow. I wish I could get a deal on a smartphone, but I'm not a new customer.
Well, actually now new and existing customers can get our best smartphone deal. It's historic.
That is historic, which means I'm making history, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd exactly...
Wow, me, Dave Brown, existing customer who got the greatest deal in history.
Just like every other customer gets.
Oh, that's cool too.
It's not complicated. AT&T is making history. Everyone gets our best smartphone deals.
All right, so let's see it again. This is Mass down the floor. Childs right before the buzzer. Passes in the jumper. And then after Sackey's foot was on the line out of bounds, there was .4 left. Bradley could not get a shot to the rim. And so we go to overtime number 2, David Kaplan.
I love these. It's like going to a great restaurant, having an awesome meal, and as you finish, they come over and say, "We'd like to buy you dessert."
Yeah, this is as good as it gets. Double overtime. Valpo's last game in double overtime was in the 2016 season. Bradley's last double overtime game was in the 2015 season.
I have nowhere to be until I'm on the radio at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Give me an hour to get downtown Chicago. Let's go 7 overtimes.
You only need about 15 minutes of sleep,
That's
right?
it. I'm not a big sleep guy, so let's go. They go to a 7th overtime.
If they have a 7 overtime, that would be interesting, that's for sure. Shades of Eric Devendorf. Here is Edwards. Drills a triple to start double OT.
Got a big smile on his face, a little bounce. You're tired. You knock down a 3 to start the 2nd overtime. You don't feel tired.
There's Childs now through the double and draws the foul. Ben Cricky, if he gets this foul, that would be number 5.
Yeah, that's on him.
Yep, and it is. So Ben Cricky's night is over.
There's no doubt about the foul.
At this point, Cap, you're in double overtime. This is a war of attrition, right? I mean, it's who fouls out more players.
That's correct.
Cricky's still on the floor, but he does have 5 personal fouls. I think he's unaware of it at the moment. Yep, now he knows.
No, he knew.
Yeah.
He was just trying to
He's hoping to stay in. Yeah.
Maybe they'll screw up.
So Malik McMillan will come in. Ben Cricky tonight with 18 points, 4 rebounds. Hit a shot that almost put Valpo ahead for good, but Elijah Childs tying it up after Cricky made 1 of 2 free throws, and now Childs calmly hits the first free throw here.
Childs he's a man.
He is.
This is not a freshman just kind of finding his. This is a man out there.
Childs coming up on a career high. He's at 22. His career best is 24. And now he's got 23.
By the way, we got a text from our friend Jack Watkins. You're not getting bonus pay for extra overtime.
Can we negotiate that?
No shot.
1 point lead for Valparaiso. There's Barrett in the corner. That one's way off target, and Antonio Thomas will slow it down for Bradley. Nolan around Saki. Thomas with 10 to shoot. And Thomas stepped on the line. Turnover to Valparaiso.
By the way, the last double overtime game in the league, January 2nd, 2019, Drake and Evansville.
We are seeing some rare moments, and this is great. Here's Edwards again for 3. Off target from the top.
Too quick. He hit the first one. He's feeling it. Move the basketball.
So now we trickle to 3 minutes left in double overtime.
High ball screen.
Nolan, strong move to the paint, knocked away by McMillan. Here's Saki on the run. Kick to the wing. Barrett for 3.
So that's where Barrett could step into his shot and feel good about that shot.
Timeout, Bradley. 4-point lead for Valparaiso. How about the freshman, Connor Barrett?
But see how he got to step into that shot? If we can watch that one more time. He's got an open look. They get him the ball. His hands are where he wants them, so he catches it, sets, load it up, let's go. So here he comes. See how he's got his feet set, shoulders over toes, elbow in. Let me step into that shot. Let me kiss myself. Bam! That's a good shot, man.
That was huge. And, you know, Matt Lonick has talked about it, that you bring in a kid like Connor Barrett because you want him to be able to hit big threes. You want him to be able to space the floor. He's showing you tonight in a big-time game what he's capable of doing. This is a weapon here for Matt Locke.
No question. And, you hit a shot like that in the second overtime, all of a sudden, you start to believe in yourself.
And his family is digging it. You know how we know it's his family? Those are all the people in the building tonight. So 76-72, 2:43 to go here in overtime number 2. And now...
When the officials came over, he said, "You having fun yet?" I said, "I want 7 overtimes." He's like, "Oh, my God."
Yeah.
He's the one that's got to run. We don't.
You and I both have long drives after this game.
We do.
But, I mean, it would be pretty cool, I guess. 7 overtimes would be awesome, I have to admit. But 2:44 left in this second overtime period. Every time Valparaiso has taken a little bit of a lead, Bradley has found an answer. Can Valparaiso this time finally stave off this extremely tough Braves team?
When you've got veteran players like Childs, Terry Allen, when you've got guys like that, they're never out of it.
Also the fact, by the way, and now Valparaiso is playing without Cricky and Clay. So their top 2 scorers are done. They both fouled out.
And as you put it, it's a war of attrition.
Yes.
By the way, Jerry Palm, who's, I think, the godfather of the old BCS.
The mayor of Valpo.
The mayor of Valpo, basically. Jerry Palm is the greatest. He is very much, he's, I think, as good as it is at bracketology. Jerry Palm's watching the game tonight.
Hey, Jerry. Thanks for watching.
That's what he does. He studies. He looks at teams. And all of a sudden he goes, "Well, I actually saw those 2 teams, and now they're
That's right.
going to win their conference tournament," or whatever the case may be. So shout out to Jerry Palm. Great job.
Good man. Very good at his job. And now another timeout. This is the chess match here, right? Yeah, so I guess the officials are taking a look to see if there's a mistake in the scoring book before they put the ball back in play.
Right. So they can fix it now. It's correctable.
4-point lead for Valparaiso over Bradley. 2:44 left in this double OT. Do we have a... Officials are talking to us about if the score is correct. And so we have 76-72. But making sure that this is correct on their side.
Good. So you watch on that last basket as Barrett sets up. We call that secondary break.
Yes.
Your primary break. Bam, we take it to the rim. But I also have spots for my guys. You get to that spot, we'll get the ball in your hands, and Barrett knocked it down.
There is Childs underneath. Against McMillan. Gets the roll.
Again, I just said that's a man out there. That is not a young freshman player. That's a man. That's a veteran player. That's a tough shot.
Career high 25 points for Elijah Childs tonight.
Man, a zone defense now.
And a 2-point game. Here is Edwards. 7 to shoot. McMillan, the kick. Gordon for 3. He's fouled on the 3-point shot. Nolan right at the end picks up the foul.
Wow. Yep, he got him in the air. Really smart, heady play by Gordon. Get the ball up. Maybe it goes in. I had a game many years ago. Remember Tom Kleinschmidt?
I do.
The ball?
Yes.
And they were 4 down, and he hit a 4-point play to tie the game up.
That's one you always remember.
Wow.
Aaron Gordon hits the first free throw. So this is just huge. If Gordon can hit these free throws, connect on the second. So now Gordon with 10 points. And one more. This time he misses. Ball loose on the deck, and it comes out to East. Under 2 minutes left in double OT.
Plenty of time. Bradley's got to run their offense, to get the ball in the hands of the guy they want to have handle it, which would be Nolan.
And
There
he puts it in.
right to the rim.
Nolan with 15. "90 seconds. Edwards for three. Hits again!
Wow.
Sheldon Edwards, 13 points tonight, and Valpo back up 5. Childs, yes for the answer. 27 points, adding to that career high, but still a 3-point Valpo lead.
It's him and Nolan. That's the only place that ball goes.
And now in less than a minute left in double overtime, and Valparaiso with a 3-point lead. Need to shoot. Edwards again. He hits again. Sheldon Edwards.
I don't know about the shot selection, but I love the result if I'm Matt Lonitz. Wow.
Valparaiso up 6, and Sheldon Edwards with 16 points and the hero thus far in overtime. 3 threes in the second overtime period for Sheldon Edwards.
He made that move with about just under 10, about 9 on the shot clock. Let it go as it was dripping to 7. It was get out of my way, I feel it.
Unbelievable.
And he delivered. Heck of a shot. Wow.
Sheldon Edwards, the freshman out of West Palm Beach. The 7th Valparaiso freshman in the last 20 years to start a season opener, has continued to make an impact game in and game out for Matt Loddick, whether it's been in the starting 5 or off the bench. And tonight, in double overtime, with the top 2 scorers out due to fouling out in Cricky and Clay, it's been Edwards who stepped up.
He's been sensational. When he's had to make a shot, he's made a shot, and then the youngster Barrett has just hit some big shots.
2 freshmen for Valparaiso late, making the big plays.
Against one of the better teams in the league.
Yes, team that's the reigning Missouri Valley Conference champion 2 years running.
They may not be Drake, they may not be Loyola, but they're a really good basketball team.
They sure are. "40 seconds to go in double overtime. Here's Nolan in the corner for 3. Swish!
Man, we're going to see guy after guy just step up and hit huge shots.
Oh, 3-point game. And they're asking for a foul, and now East fouls Gordon.
3-point game, and you got a guy in Gordon. He shoots line drives.
But they've been going in. Gordon now 4 of 6 at the free throw line. And hits the first. A big make for Aaron Gordon.
This is line drive right here. Boom.
Line drives to center field.
That's it.
And he calmly hits both.
He does.
5-point lead, 28 seconds. Out of bounds. It'll stay with Bradley. Shot clock is off. East will inbound. Here's Nolan racing to the cup.
And
bucket and a foul. It's not over yet.
Nope, and you've got to get help rotating over. Nobody rotates over and helps.
Nolan now with 20.
Just a great take by Terry Nolan. But defensively, you've got to turn your head. I understand not leaving Childs. He's having a career night. But someone has to see that, read it, slide over. And I'm not going to just give you unfettered access to the rim.
Yeah. Terry Nolan is just so quick going downhill. Misses the free throw. And the rebound to McMillan, and a foul is called.
3-point game, 16.9.
So Childs will pick up the foul, his third. And McMillan will go to the line. Malik McMillan with a huge rebound. Has not scored yet tonight. And McMillan on the season only has 2 free throw attempts. He missed both, but hits this one. A big make for Valpo. 4-point lead with 16.9 left. McMillan cannot get the second. 4-point game. 14 seconds left in double OT. Here's Kingsby. And a turnover to Valparaiso with 10.1. Kingsby ran out of real estate and travels.
Well, you got to go into shutdown mode with 10.1 and then foul as fast as you can.
Saki would be the one to inbound.
Yeah, we got a hold, though.
Yep. So foul on Bradley. That'll be on Kingsby before the ball was even inbounded. So free throws coming for the Crusaders, trying to pick up an overtime win. This would be Valparaiso's first double overtime win since February 23rd, 2008 against Miami of Ohio. And Helm hits the first free throw.
Still stays even if he makes this a 2-possession game, Jordan. So you got to hustle it up the court and get a 3. A 2 does you no good.
Helm hits both. 10.1 left. Now the clock starts with Nolan. Down the floor quickly, puts it up. No. Hannah, yes, with 4.1.
Right, but there you have to take a 3.
And a foul was called. 2.7 on the clock.
You have to take a 3 there. A 2 does, it's still a 4-point game.
Right. But just elongating the game. And it's Edwards to go to the line, who has been the hero in double overtime.
He's been tremendous.
Sheldon Edwards, 3 threes. And the offensive force as he knocks down the free throw. When you're building a program, Cap, it's games like this where you get freshmen that make big-time contributions to help turn things around.
Because then when you get into a tough situation, you look at your guys as a coach, go, we must run in double overtime. You hit big shots. You can handle this.
And the Valparaiso Crusaders have their first double overtime win since 2008. 91-85. And the Crusaders have now won 3 straight. And Bradley has still never won in this building.
And for Matt Loddock, he was down 25-11 in this game, Jordan. 25-11, thinking, oh boy, we got destroyed by Loyola here. Where are we going now? And his kids never quit. And they come back and win it double overtime.
Well, join us Sunday, January 31st for more NBC men's basketball action. The Crusaders of Valparaiso will travel to Evansville. They'll meet the Purple Aces at Ford Center. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. Central Time on the Valley on ESPN. So the Crusaders of Valparaiso, a gutty win tonight. They move to 3-3 in Valley play. Bradley falls to 3-5 in Missouri Valley Conference action and 1-5 on the road this season. So for David Kaplan, my name is Jordan Burnfield, and for all of our crew, we say so long from Valparaiso, Indiana. The Crusaders, a hard-fought double overtime win, 91-85 over the Bradley Braves. All games airing on ESPN. Networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Thanks so much for watching tonight. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Good night from the Arc in Valpo. Big win for the Crusaders.